Hi there, Aries. Healing Grasshopper here to do your monthly reading for August 2025. Let's see what the tarot says. How are my badass Aries doing? Okay, both of these? All of them. Okay. Felt like a fumble, but I guess it wasn't. All right. So the first card is a Four of Wands. What did I say about badass Aries? This is a, a fire celebration here. Aries, you guys have been killing it for the past few months, like really crushing it. So Four of Wands is about celebration after effort. And I've been seeing your praises for a while, for maybe the past like 4 to 5 months this year. And it's because I'm dazzled by your energy. Um, And I always have been because I'm an earth sign and watching fire signs operate just always dazzles me. And you guys have been in rare form lately. Um, so what I'm talking about is, the past 20 years, Pluto's been in Capricorn and has been very, very difficult for everyone. But it has moved out of Capricorn into a more supportive energy of Aries this past November. So it has been slowly changing uh the energy. Now it's going to be in Aries for the next 20 years. So just because it turned into Aquarius this past November doesn't mean it turns on a dime. It's kind of a gradual shifting of energy. So the fire signs, of course, have been making the shift faster than everyone, than the rest of the signs. That does not mean that it's been easy for you. And I say all of that to address this card because the Four of Wands, at face value talks about, yay, celebration, but um, it also tells a very quiet story here of effort made to get here because there are wands here at rest. These wands represent an effort. So, this isn't like, yay, I won the lottery. Everything instantly is great for me. This is, yay, I'm celebrating, you know, a new energy in my life that I have had a hand in, um, bringing about. So, and I say I because I'm taking on your energy, Aries, right? Um, you guys have put forth an effort and you're starting to see more and more through the months go by in 2025, positive changes that you can see, which I congratulate you for. I'm enjoying that energy. Um, okay, like this. Okay. So we've got Hanged Man. So what you have been through in the past 20 years has taught you a lot, the hangman says. Um, and then, and it's been a hard lesson for everyone, right? Like I talked about. But this is proof here of the fact that God never puts us through anything we can't handle, right? And like the Two of Pentacles comes to mind. I say that a lot with that card. But it applies here with the Hangman because we're talking about things that you've gone through that you have emerged on the other side of it better with a fresh perspective is what the Hanged Man is saying. And this perspective has really helped you in producing a positive change for yourself and moving forward, the Chariot is pointing to in life. Because again, Pluto and Capricorn can make a person feel stagnant and stuck in quicksand. So now that you have a more supportive energy behind you and you feel yourself moving forward, it's like, wow, I see now how what I went through is helping me move forward. So you're starting to look back at the past 20 years with less resentment and more, I want to say, appreciation. I don't know if you're fully there yet. Like, what are you talking about? Grasshopper, that sucked. I don't appreciate what I went through. Yes, but you're starting to learn that you've learned you're starting to understand that you've learned all. The Seven of Pentacles is talking about what I just said about you not necessarily appreciate appreciating everything yet, right? Because the Seven of Pentacles is talking about you kind of looking at your efforts, and in this case, a little bit towards the somewhat recent past, in the past year or two, where you felt the transition. You felt that energy and you started to put the effort together. But part of you is like, am I really ever going to get to my goal? So there's a conflicting feeling here of, yeah, I'm getting somewhere, but am I really going to get there at the end, you know, to your ultimate goal? But the one thing I want to say about that, um, Aries, especially as a Capricorn sun, is that you guys can be very, very impatient to get to where you're going. And if you use a little bit of earth energy with your fire to slow things down a little and look around you, stop and smell the roses type thing. Don't be in so much of a hurry because it's not always about the destination, right? You've heard this before. It's very cliche. It's about the journey. There's a very loud message here in that, especially with the Chariot and the Hangman too. You need to focus on the journey too. Strength card. We'll see if that's reversed in a moment. Got the tower that just fell on the floor. Okay, not reversed. Okay. So I'm sure you can imagine what strength means here in the middle of your reading, which is obviously not never, almost never brute strength, right? This is a strength that comes in, that comes from within, that comes from one's heart and one's intuition. How you approach everything with forethought and strategy instead of trying to force things. which can be a waste of energy. Um, so there is a call for efficiency here, and I think you do have it. I've already addressed the impatience that an Aries can have, right? But I think that suggestion only needs to be said in passing. I don't feel like I need to stop and really hold your hands through it. I think you're aware of that because you're doing so well already, because we've started out of the gate with a very positive card. So I think you have a very good handle on things, Aries. And I know that too from your past readings too. You guys have been crushing it. Um, so anyway, here is the Tower under the Chariot card, which talks about potholes in the road. But let's see what other cards you have here. Two of Swords. And of course, those of you who know my readings, my jumpers like to come out reversed a lot, but oftentimes they're not reversed. Um, more celebration. Okay, I love it. Wait, you know what? One more for the outcome spot, please, Spirit. Well, we have our outcome card here somewhere. This one, this one. Any of these? No. Okay, we're gonna leave that uncovered so that I'm not distracted for now. Not reversed. Okay. So we've got two of swords after the tower. So this talks about, confusion while you're going through potholes in the road, right? Because look, like I said, things have changed for you, for everyone. The energy is shifting to a more supportive energy. But that, of course, does not mean that everything's going to be perfect all the time. Life is going to happen to you, and you're going to come across difficulties. Are you going to have plenty of help through these difficulties? Of course. So you're going to have to utilize your positive perspective here and your strength, right? That comes from your heart. That every time you hit a pothole, um, it can't be, or at least it's a waste of energy to throw up your hands or throw yourself on the floor with a tantrum. It's just like, oh, a pothole. Okay. What happened? Do I need to put air in my tires? And I know I'm throwing metaphors at you, but to be more literal, you can be building your own business and things are going well. And then, you get a big order, but then, something in the logistics breaks down, you know, like you're making t-shirts, embroidered t-shirts, and your embroidery printer, sewing machine, whatever you call that thing, malfunctions, and you've got 1,000 t-shirts to put out, but you've got to stop to repair your machine, type of thing. Um, that's what the tower is talking about. The tower talks about things that happen in your life that you have that are beyond your control, right? Um, but what I don't mention a lot with the tower is that there are two people here. There's one that's kind of falling backward with very little control. And there's one that's kind of looks more like he's jumped from the tower. Like this one has more control than the other one, right? And it sounds a little nitpicky, but there's a choice here between going with the flow and having a positive energy and moving through it, or having a bad energy and fighting it and expending energy that doesn't help you, if that makes sense, right? So it's going to be very, very important this month, Aries, not to catastrophize things. I need for you to expect for things to not go perfectly this month. And when they don't, just take a breath and deal with it. Because you have to remember that you're not in this alone, that you're going to have plenty of spiritual help. Just you can stop, take a breath, and have a chat with your spirit guides. Have a chat with the archangel Hathia, which will help you in this chariot here on your path moving forward. Or if you like to follow Hinduism, um, Ganesha is a very good entity to approach here. He is the remover of obstacles, and he is lovely. Just a beautiful energy, kind and loving, giving energy, right? You go to Ganesha and ask him for help. He will love to help you. So, okay, so that kind of energy. When you come across something difficult, you can have that feeling like, oh, I have to deal with this and I have to deal with this all by myself. Absolutely not. Two of Swords talks about you in the moment feeling like catastrophizing again, like, oh, I can't. How am I going to fix this? This is terrible. And this is under the seven of Pentacles, where you're already have that in the back of your head, like, oh, am I ever really going to get there? And then here comes this little catastrophe that makes you feel even worse. Like, um, it's almost like proving yourself right. Like, you see, I told you I'm never going to get there. But that kind of energy is going to slow you down in your chariot. Stinking thinking, so to speak. Never served anyone. So here you are, 10 of Wands, like, oh, but I have so much to do. This is so tiring. When am I ever going to get there? Right? Here he is on his way to the castle trying to get there, but he can't really see forward because he's just like swamped here. But the fact is that he is getting somewhere. He's going to get there eventually, right? So, yeah, the Six of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, Aries. This question that you had over here, am I going to make it? Am I ever going to make it to my goal? Here is Spirit saying, yes, you're going to make it there. Six of Wands is about a personal victory. The Four of Wands is somewhat of a shared victory. It doesn't matter. Both of them are victories, and both of them talk about a celebration after a job well done. And my eyes are going to the wreath here, which talks about Victory, yes, but also a good attitude. There's a feeling of hope that's filling me. You got here with a good attitude and a heart filled with, you know, optimism and self-esteem. And here you are at your goal, right? Abundance, enough to share, supportive people around you. So the answer is yes, it's going to happen. Okay. So let's have um clarification cards now. Not that you really need these clarification cards, but okay. Knight of Wands, here you are, filled with fire and raring to go. Knight of Wands just simply talks about action and a highly fueled by, high motivation. What else we got? Spirit. But let's also talk about the Knight of Wands, okay? Because the Knight of Wands does not let anything slow him down. He comes across a problem, he deals with it. He does not have time to sit and wallow in it. He's going to deal with it so he can keep going. Okay? So keep that in mind. Three of Cups. This is a doubling down of the celebratory energy. And there's also a little bit of theme here of abundance as well. Because the four and the three of cups, yeah, and even the six of wands talks about celebration, but personal celebration, yes, but there will be people in your life that will be celebrating with you, supporting you, happy for you. They're all ours. Okay, very good. The devil. Yeah, man. Okay. What did I say about the two of pentacles before? I felt the two of pentacles, boy. Okay. So the devil. Not surprised to see the devil here. Attached to the seven of pentacles and the two of swords talks about this stinking thinking here is all in your mind and you have control over it. All the devil is saying is that, don't allow yourself to indulge in uh limiting beliefs and negative self-talk because those are all lies. So, like I'm sure you've heard before, these two people are attached to the devil very, very loosely. And for whatever reason, have not realized that they can easily lift these shackles off of their neck and walk away. They don't need to be there. So, what this is saying here is that this is an energy that does not, you have the choice of not indulging in because it doesn't serve you. So then you have the Four of Cups here, which is an extension of this energy, right? Because if you choose, right, because we talked about the devil is all about a choice. If you choose to lend energy to the limiting beliefs and the negative self talk, um, and the wallowing in the difficulties in the past, too. That it is going to cloud your vision to the point where you won't see the opportunities that spirit is trying to hand to you. So I'm sure you're familiar with this card, that this person is so caught up in, all sorts of negative thoughts and resentments and that kind of thing, that he is not at all focused on what the universe is handing him here. He's like, whatever. How's this going to be any different than anything else that I've been through already? And God is like, look at this beautiful cup here, this opportunity. And you're like, I don't believe that that cup is going to do me any good. You understand? So I did a reading for Capricorn to take off the mud colored glasses, because the earth signs are very much still stuck in that negative thinking, um, looking back to the past 20 years that were so difficult. So this is a message that's going out to everyone, but this is a reminder of how you can derail yourself if you're not careful. Don't allow yourself to indulge in the negativity, because it's just going to delay you to get to this, right? Two of Pentacles. What I said in the beginning of the reading, how God doesn't put you through anything that you can't handle. This is you handling it. Handling what the tower is handing you. Whatever little mishaps, potholes that I like to call them, that you are coming across this month, right? You have the choice of catastrophizing them, throwing yourself on the floor and having a tantrum and, expending your energy on nonsense, or taking a deep breath and rolling your sleeves up like, okay, let's deal with this so we can get past it already, right? And then the next thing comes, and, there are going to be some things that you're going to need to get through to get to this goal. Is this going to happen entirely in August? No. And I can't tell you when it's going to happen, but I am telling you that Spirit is telling you that this is your goal. That, that the outcome is promised to you. Spirit is saying, this is what you want. Yes, we are co-signing on this. It is on its way. There's the Two of Swords again. This is the only thing that's going to get in the way of this. Now, Aries, I'm not saying any of this to like be alarmist. Like, if you don't do this, your blessings are going to be blocked. No, well, partially, right? What is meant for you will always come to you. But you want to get there as quickly as possible, which is why Pathiel is a really good entity to work with, angel to work with. Because Pathiel will help you get there the fastest. And I know, Aries, that's what you're all about, getting to your goal as quickly as possible. The one thing that's going to slow you down is this energy of, oh, this is terrible. I don't know how to deal with this. I can't deal with this. This is, you know, I give up. That's going to keep you stagnant. So this is Spirit just saying, be sure to stay out of your own way and let us help you. Okay, do we have advice cards? No. Okay, Aries, you're doing very well. Spirit's like, yes, they're Spirit's saying you're killing it too. Very, very well, Aries. Congratulations. I'm looking forward to hearing from you in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys. It's like Christmas morning. I enjoy engaging with you. It is very heartwarming, encouraging for me to hear from you. So, whatever you have on your minds, I'll be there in the comment section to engage with you and answer you. Okay? Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs and beyond. It is a very quick and free gesture. It does not cost you anything. That means the world to me and helps out the channel greatly. So I thank you in advance. Also, if you are really inclined to help me, um, you can have a look in the playlist section. I have tidy playlists for you to watch. If you can put those on autoplay and have them as background noise or even while you sleep would be really great because watch hours help us greatly on YouTube. Okay, so again, I thank you in advance. Um, don't forget I'm assuming that you're watching your sun sign, but there are also messages in your rising, moon sign, and north node. Um, if you don't know what those are, you can go on Google and Google what's my blank sign. You can get it done for free. There are several sites that'll do it for you. When you find those out, you come back to the Healing Grasshopper channel and there will be messages here for you in those signs as well, not just your sun sign. Okay. Shout out to my Hindu speaking watchers, my Filipino watchers, my Spanish and Portuguese watchers. Thank you for also my Australian Canadians too. Thank you for your support. I see you. I will speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.